What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sterling from ENT. Welcome back to ENT Basketball. Now, this is the third day in a row that we're dropping a video on this channel, and I'm dropping a video every day of December, if I haven't told you already yet. I'm dropping a video every day of December on either this channel or ENT Fantasy Football. So go subscribe to that channel, go subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment, all that good stuff. And today, I wanted to talk about a term that gets tossed around a lot in the NBA community, and it's the term culture. And so I wanted to talk about the true impact of culture. I wanted to talk about the impact of culture on a team's winning, on players, how well players perform, and the development of players. So I wanted to tie it into all this one huge example on why I believe culture is super, super important. And the player I wanted to talk about was Andrew Wiggins. So we all know Andrew Wiggins. He was a highly, highly touted prospect. He was the number one pick in the 2014 NBA draft. But he got drafted to the Timberwolves, who historically and especially recently have been a terrible, terrible franchise. They can't win games. They rarely make the playoffs, pretty much always towards the bottom of the NBA. So Andrew Wiggins gets drafted to the Timberwolves, and it was a bad situation for him because the Timberwolves, to me, tried to make Wiggins something that he just wasn't. They tried to make him this sort of point forward player where he was going to initiate the offense and control the flow of the game and be their main perimeter playmaker and perimeter scorer. And I don't think that's a role that I want Wiggins to be in. And so due to this and due to their bad culture, they have no winning culture whatsoever at all. If anything, they have a losing culture. And so due to this culture and the position that Andrew Wiggins was put in, this, to me, hurt his development a lot. From the looks of it, obviously I don't know Andrew Wiggins. It looks like he became kind of complacent. He didn't really work to become the best potential player that he could be. He basically stopped playing defense. And when he was coming out of the draft, he was touted as a great defender, somebody who was going to develop into an all NBA level defender. And that never happened when he was on the Timberwolves. He was a bad defender. And they put him in this position where he was the main perimeter creator, which he shouldn't have been, because Andrew Wiggins was taking way, way, way too many shots a game. And he was scoring points, but that was just due to how much volume he had in terms of shooting the ball. So he would take way too many shots, way too many mid-range shots. He would force a lot of stuff. And he was just kind of a big black hole offensively. And defensively, he was non-existent. And due to this, not just due to Wiggins, due to that and a culmination of other factors, the Timberwolves were bad, and they've been bad for a long time now. So, now just two seasons ago, I want to say, Wiggins gets traded to the Golden State Warriors, a team who has the complete opposite culture. The Warriors have won championships on championships recently, right? They have this culture where they're going to win basketball games. So Andrew Wiggins gets traded there. And it took a little bit of time. There was that first season he was on the Warriors when Curry was out. He wasn't playing, and obviously Klay Thompson was out. So it was just like Wiggins, a bunch of unproven guys like Jordan Poole, Damian Lee, all these guys. Draymond was there. And so Wiggins was kind of the guy. He was like the best player on that team. And we still saw a lot of the same Andrew Wiggins. But last season was when we saw a big progression in his game. Now, it's not so much that he's progressed as a player and gotten better. It just seems like something has been unlocked inside of Andrew Wiggins to where he's not shooting stupid, ridiculous shots anymore, and he's not shooting the ball way too many times. He's playing inside his role, and he's been a lockdown defender these last 2 seasons. He's been one of the best perimeter defenders. If Draymond wasn't on that team, he'd be the best defender on the Warriors. And so he's been a great defender. He's played inside of his role. And he's been very solid. He's toned down all his mind-numbing mistakes and just played good winning basketball. And to me, it has to do a lot with the culture. The culture of the Timberwolves allowed Wiggins to kind of be a little complacent and not work on his game as much as he should have to get to his fullest potential. And now when he's on the Warriors, who have a winning culture, winning players like Draymond Green, Steph Curry, to me, a huge factor is Draymond Green. I'm pretty sure Draymond was in there leading Andrew Wiggins. I think he saw something in Wiggins that he just needed to sort of unlock and pull out of Wiggins to make him a better player. And Steve Kerr is a solid head coach, and it's their system. The Warriors system and the Warriors culture has helped out Andrew Wiggins a ton. Because now Wiggins, he's just playing in more of a role. And he knows what to do and what he shouldn't do on the basketball court. And if he does make those stupid mistakes, he has Draymond Green right there in his ear, basically yelling at him. So, to me, the culture of the Golden State Warriors has unlocked a lot in Wiggins. He still takes a lot of mid-ranges, but that's just going to be a thing that's going to be with Wiggins. He just likes the mid-range shot, even though he's not particularly good at it. And he's been shooting the three ball a lot better. He's been shooting, I'm pretty sure when I saw it last time, it was like around 38% on like 5 attempts a game. So they're solid numbers for Andrew Wiggins. He's attacking the basket when there's open lanes for him, because Curry has a lot of gravity, so Wiggins can easily just take advantage of that, cut into a lane, get a nice open shot or open layup. And so the culture, and another team that has a great culture is the Miami Heat. This is another example I want to use. The Miami Heat, when they made their finals run 2 years ago, they were getting a lot out of their guys, and it's because they all bought into that Miami Heat culture. Guys like Duncan Robinson, who basically came out of nowhere. Nobody had basically ever heard of Duncan Robinson. He was a D3 college player, eventually went to Michigan, goes undrafted in the NBA. All of a sudden, one day, just shows up on the Miami Heat, and he's a sharpshooter. He's just a sharpshooter. Guys like Tyler Hero, who obviously he was drafted pretty high in the draft. He was a first-round pick, but he came out, and he bought into that culture, and he played great basketball that year. Guys like when Jay Crowder was on the Heat. Jay Crowder was that guy who was like, he was kind of like a little enforcer for that Heat team. So these guys all buy into this culture, and we saw what the Heat did that year, and we saw what they're doing this year with Kyle Lowry, with their team that they have right now, VO, all those guys. And so culture to me is a huge underrated aspect of sports, mainly basketball, but all sports this applies to, mainly basketball. And those are my main two examples. Andrew Wiggins, who was a highly touted prospect who came out, was kind of solid in the NBA, put up good numbers, but on bad efficiency. He was just shooting the ball with a lot of volume. Gets traded to the Warriors, and now all of a sudden, it's not like he changed at all as a player. He didn't change at all as a player. If anything, he's still the same guy. He didn't really elevate on his skills. He just toned down his mistakes and amplified his strengths. And so, to me, culture is a huge underrated aspect of basketball. And now that I made my point, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Go down below, like, and subscribe, all of that good stuff. And we should be dropping more videos on ENT basketball soon. More videos on ENT fantasy football. If you're interested in that, please go like and subscribe. ENT fantasy football, ENT basketball. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here.